a problem. We try to keep the students out of it as much as possible and have them upload one picture, you know, the front side of a work, and when I do all four and I get yelled at still. I took a picture of the graffiti underneath the Liberty Bell over at Union Station, and a guy already tagged it for deletion because he doesn't think nobody should care, even though it's a conservation issue, because people put anarchy signs underneath it. So trying to explain that to a student, it's like, no offense to students, but it's just a little too high maintenance right now. We just want to do the basic, get them involved in our cult, and do the basic documentation of these public artworks and hope they learn something about it, and collections management.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
it's so
unfortunate, right, that like copyright law is the way that it is, so that there is an issue in the first place where, you know.
You'd think people would embrace this.
Right, we have Wikipedians and like we want things to be free and we want to be able to.
But then a bunch of y'all go out there and yell at me
all the time. But we also want to like follow, follow the laws, and that makes it like a nightmare.
It is, and it's something where I had an old blog I was keeping when I was a museum undergrad student. I have whole things devoted to how angry I've become with copyright. I mean, I'm sweating just thinking about it. It's like, and I'm not some overly intellectual person who even cares about laws and rules. I've always been a punk rocker, but it's like, ugh, now I have to care. And it's been a blessing to learn all about it, but it's just too hard to explain to people, you know? Oh, it makes my head explode. I need a drink already. Another one, actually. Yeah.
Two questions.
Yeah.
First one's fairly quick. Have you ever considered stand-up?
You're not the first person to tell me that. Or I've had ADD, so no, not yet.
Second question. It looks like you've done this project to be able to raise awareness of a lot of public art projects. Are there any instances that you've been aware of where people have taken information gleaned from this project and run with it to be able to, improve the maintenance or to help, improve or work on or raise awareness of maybe of one particular work of art where they are?
Oh, wait, what do you mean? So like if they've taken one work I've written a Wikipedia page on and ran with it kind of thing?
And just took it as a project.
Not yet. Proximity. No one's really seemed to care outside of 5 people, and a few people who've written about us. You know, at the Indianapolis Museum of Art cares, where we're trying to get involved with actual Smithsonian folks. Nancy Proctor, I don't know if any of you know her, she's one of the social media folks with the Smithsonian. We've got a lot of people looking at us. It's just, how do I get Wikipedians, and not just scholars who don't have time to Wikipedia, to want to care and roll with it? I know I'm probably going over, but they're raising their hands. There's no one raising their hand now. But yeah, I mean, I want to try to get people involved, and that's been a really hard thing. But I know a lot of people here can commiserate with that. We were talking about it earlier. Their goal was to get 30 people involved in documenting these videos, and they only got 6. I have myself.
Wasn't there something on the Indiana campus about recognition of the public art, though, after you guys did?
Oh yeah, it's been insane. You can go on our website, not just an arrogant, but you can go on our webpage, our wiki page, and I mean, we've gotten, okay, they must have moved it. Well, here's some similar projects that's kind of interesting, that do similar things to what we're doing. They've changed things around when we moved. We were Wikipedia Safe Public Art, we decided to make it more into scope by becoming public art. But yeah, we've gotten a lot of press, and if you just Google Wikipedia public art, it's going to come up. So, and people are getting aware, it's just getting people involved. Yeah, I can probably only take one,
I just want to make a quick comment.
It's
I'm also involved in OpenStreetMap, and so we're been mapping DC like crazy. Maybe when the weather gets warm, it would be neat to do a cross mapping party / Wikipedia loves art.
I love that. I love you. Yes. My new favorite person in the room, Katie.
So just
and free cupcakes.
Stay tuned for that.
No, that would be great. I mean, Open Map is really cool. I've got an entire Google map that has every single thing geolocated on it too.
Because one of the issues is OpenStreetMap's based in Europe, so under European law, but gathering coordinates from Google Maps as we do on Wikipedia is taboo and not allowed on OpenStreetMap. So, but
it's cross-platform. It's cross-culture. It's cross.
Yeah, but I mean, but
awesome.
Katie's right though, because the problem is, so I'm also working on OpenStreetMap, and
yeah, I know I've never even used it. I admit, but I'm not cool like you guys.
So, but we can't make a map of this information that you've collected.
Okay, then well, am I okay? So what do I need to do?
Can you let us finish the question before you give us a snappy answer? So we'd like to be able to use this information, right? This is useful information that you've collected.
Thank you.
And we can't because you've chosen to use Google Maps. So just like the copyright police who've gone after you for the photos, right? there are mappers out there who would love to find the actual coordinates of all these, these public pieces of art.
Okay, well, other than telling me I'm snappy, just tell me what I can do. And I never knew about open map like that. I don't really know as much about what you're doing. Sorry.
It's a difference of opinions or like the laws, and I've like argued with like Slim Virgin about this, but I gave up. But anyway, I mean, it's just like think about how to like geolocate these and like let's just like brainstorm.
No, it's awesome. Yeah. I knew what you've been doing, and I'd like to get involved
in it.
So
make sure they're all mapped and like nicely on OpenStreetMap.
And there's other things you can use too. Like I use Open Culture Now, Culture Now, which is an app for your iPhone or whatever, where you can download it and you can see all the works of public art in Washington D.C. and all the Wikipedia information I've uploaded about it.
And this is while we map them, get the coordinates, let's get pictures, and then that's what it gets.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. I'm ready. I'm ready now. My freezing cold hands.
I think this is probably the last question, but I guess I don't know if you totally addressed this here or not, but have you encountered any concerns about any people's concerns about the notability of public art?
Sure.
I would be prejudiced for considering most public art here to be notable as something paid for by a government installed, but some people argue that not all public art is necessarily notable.
It's the biggest problem I've noticed with articles I've written about murals. So who supposedly cares about the U Street murals? Well, a lot of people, like myself, who live on U Street do. So that's been the biggest issue.
It's the problem with notability. It's so subjective. I don't care about international soccer, but
Very short break. Yay! So in honor of 10 years of Wikipedia, I'm going to talk about 10 moments in Wikipedia history. And since I don't know how to get this preview off the screen, I won't bother, and you can just have a preview. And if you, so why not?
I'm not the only one here.
So why not top 10? If you can answer that question, you may be a Wikipedian. So I did not get consensus before I made this presentation. I did not ask anybody. I did not poll anybody. I have no sources to cite my opinions. I just thought these were really interesting things from the history that some people did not know about. So one moment is the Hello World. On January 15th, 2001, we've been having parties around the world. Over 400 of them have been taking place in the past week or so and will be going on the next month, celebrating the 10th birthday of Wikipedia. So nobody in DC was available last week, so we're having ours this week. So Hello World was the first thing ever written on Wikipedia, and those of you who have been following the lists know that the earliest edits to Wikipedia have just been found. They were lost somewhere, and we didn't know what the first articles were. Those have just been found, so if you want to see the really early history, you can. The first edit to Wikipedia echoes the traditional text output of a programmer's first program. When you learn to program in a new language or for the first time, you will usually make something that says Hello World, so it seemed kind of fitting. The wiki software was originally developed by Ward Cunningham with something to keep programming patterns in, and we thought it was a really neat idea that you could just edit and it would be right there. So it came very much from the geek community. The Hello World edit was later deleted for not maintaining an encyclopedic tone. If you think about what else was on the web in 2001, these were the top websites. How many of you still go to more than 2 or 3 of these? Some of these don't even exist anymore. GeoCities, the sadly departed GeoCities. Angel Fire. Google was number 12 in 2001. I forgot Neopets existed. So my very first homepage was on GeoCities, and I miss it very much, but now I found Wikipedia, and I almost never edit my own blog anymore.
Same thing. I went to
One of the next important moments was Wikipedia takes over the world in its own language. At first, Wikipedia was all entirely in English, then slowly people started saying like, hey, why don't we have this in this is all volunteer created, there are many people all over the world who are interested in this, why don't we do this in more languages than English? So the first new language was German in March 2001, and they've kept up their position ever since. Germany has always had the second most popular encyclopedia, and they've usually been more organized than the Wikimedia Foundation.